Welcome to 1397, if you can believe it. We are again here with Emmeline. She is now officially in heir matriarch status. She does not need anyone to take care of her now, and she has started living her own life. So I'm really excited about that. And we have an interesting story to tell you today about it. So I'm excited about that. We do not have that many birthdays, but we will be having a couple of marriages. We are going to figure out what we're doing with Zwan today. He is the father of Emmeline's baby, so we're going to figure out what's going to happen with him. And then Annabelle and Gilbert are going to marry. So if you remember, where are my? Here we go. So we had Sarah marry Griffith, who was the first son of the Lord. So he was going to be the Lord. They unfortunately did not have any surviving children. So she's still there, but she's got no husband, but he is a younger brother. So we were thinking about what to do about Sarah and the younger brother, and should she remarry? I don't know about her remarrying yet, but her younger sister, Annabelle, is actually going to be married to his younger brother to become the lady. So we'll see what kind of dynamic happens between these sisters, where one of them is kind of getting the position that the other one was supposed to have. So we'll see what happens there. And yeah, let's roll for some birthdays. Okay, so Pacifica is becoming a toddler. That's a 4 or an 18. She lives. Then we have one child, Wolfram, who is a 9 or a 19. Oops. He lives. I'm not using these rolls because the rolls do change a little bit for 1400, so we're just going to keep scrolling up for the next couple of years. Then we have two teenagers. I believe that's what, a 7? Yeah. Two teenagers. 1, 2. All right, now, who are they again? Giles Dutton and Maurice Trimboli. Will they marry? 1, 2. Yes, they're both going to marry. How many kids? 1. Oh gosh, 2. 11 and 6. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I can't take it. I should be writing this down. 11 and 6. Yikes. That is a lot of babies. Okay. So now vampire hunting, which is for these Sims over here. They can't get a 9 on a D10, the vampires. So let's start with them. You're all dead. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. You a vampire? 5, 6, 7. Still 7. Still 7. Why did I put her over there? 8. No, she's still 7 because she already got hit over here. She's dead. 8, 9. Okay, so there are 9 vampires. We cannot get a 9. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, number 3. Who's number 3? Is it bad that I'm kind of hoping Regina and Vlad stop having babies? Where was I? Who's number 3? 1, 2. It is Regina! 1, 2, 3. Ah! I mean, I love her so much. I kind of was hoping it would be Vlad instead. But honestly, their babies are 1, ugly, and 2, they're only having vampire babies, so there's not that chance of the population dwindling. So I was a little bit worried about her having 12 babies. Oh my gosh. Okay. Regina. Okay, so that was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, everyone else lived except for her for the vampires. For the humans, we can't get an 18 on a d20. How many humans do we have? 1, 2, I'll just go backwards this time. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10. Okay, 9 and 10 are our Sims. So let's not be too scared. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, okay, everybody lives. Okay, it was just Regina. Oh my gosh. I was kind of hoping it would be Vlad. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? Actually, their babies don't look too bad. I just have had some bad luck with his genetics mixing with regular Sim genetics. But anyway, Regina's reign is over. Honestly, like when I'm thinking about the story, Vlad is probably really happy about that because he was kind of resentful that he needed her to take over Forgotten Hollow. He was very upset that she, was the top dog and that he was just like her husband. He really thought he was going to be the one to reign over everything. And so now that she's gone, he can kind of, not live in her shadow anymore. I think he was definitely resentful of that, but like, dude, you weren't strong enough. That's on you. Okay, so wow. Okay, I'll update the spreadsheet with all that new stuff, and we will hop into the game. Alrighty, so we are actually here in the Armstrong household to start off with. Look at his face. I just think, I'm like, that's such a silly face. I have to take a picture of it. Okay, so we are in the Armstrong household. Like I said, we are going to marry Annabelle to Gilbert here, so I'm going to up their relationship really quick. You can see Sarah is still very upset about, not only the loss of her husband, but the loss of her children. So there's that, and we're going to get them pregnant really quick. But I'm going to say that we are going to have a, quote-unquote wedding. Unfortunately, I can't actually marry them in the game, but we'll have a fake wedding at the church for them, along with a pretty big event if the Lord is planning it. So we are here. I'm just changing up things for their marriage. And we're going to have Annabelle come talk to Sarah and kind of be like, haha, I'm better than you. I'm going to be the lady of the house and you're nothing. You're just a widow and you're not even connected to the family anymore. I don't know why they're so nice to you and let you hang around. They just like are really, they have a difficult dynamic. They are really not getting along, and they are just really, not in a good sisterly place because obviously Sarah is jealous that Annabelle is going to get her life that she was supposed to have, that she wanted. And she's, devastated. She lost 2 children. She lost her husband. She's so upset by that. But then Annabelle comes in here gloating about the fact that even though she, is the second daughter of the Trimbley family, that she still was able to take that from her. So they've had a lot of competition growing up, and looks like Annabelle is winning. So that's where we're at. I'm just updating everything, and we are headed over to the church where 2 things are going to happen. The first is going to be a little wedding, so we'll get started with that as soon as it loads. But yes, so Sarah and Annabelle are not in a good place. And honestly, I think Sarah might have even thought about marrying Gilbert. I know that during certain time periods, it's illegal to marry but I think it might have been sister. You can't marry your dead wife's sister or something. I can't remember. But anyway, there are definitely rules about that. But we're going to ignore that stuff. But anyway, it's not like it's going to happen anyway. So Sarah also did go and see the grave of her husband, so she was just looking there. And we are going to get a wedding portrait going because these two can't have an actual wedding. So we'll say that that's like their wedding is happening right now. We're going to have the Lord come and give a little speech here. So he's going to come up here and give a speech and, you know, talk about how he is so sad that he lost his son, but he is so happy that his other son is going to be taking up the reins and is going to be marrying a lovely, wealthy young woman. And he's just kind of giving this speech about, you know, marriage and happiness and future Lord and lots of babies. And anyway, so that is what's going on with them. And this was actually really hard to play. Everything is going to start glitching out in a second. But anyway, so he does not look too confident in his speech, but pretend that he is. Anyway, he's going to say, and now, you know, once the ceremony is over, I have a special surprise for everyone. And that is that they have captured the vampire Regina Stroud, and she was the one who drank the blood of my dear wife. She's the vampire queen, and we caught her, and we're gonna execute her here today. So the vampire hunting caught up with her, and then Sarah dropped dead of mortification. Sarah. This is not how I saw things going with Sarah, but you know what? We are going to be having Lord Armstrong basically go off and be like, see, the vampires, evil magic has just killed another one of my children, my dear daughter-in-law, and he's gonna like kind of hype up the crowd by acting like Regina is, you know, gonna make them drop dead of any second and all of that, even though, you know, that's not true. But I think what we're gonna say is that Annabelle poisoned her sister, and the poison was like slow acting, so it only just affected her now. And so she did not like that Sarah was getting attention as, like, you know, the widow, and, you know, everybody was so nice to her, and she got to stay with the family. Annabelle wanted to totally take over the household as the lady of the family, so she got rid of her sister. But luckily for her, it's quickly being blamed on vampires. So because of that, and then Grimm just isn't coming, but anyway, we're going to burn Regina at the stake, and Regina's just going to be like, my children will avenge me, and my husband will, you know, kill all of you, and the vampires will reign supreme. And she's just going to be burning at the stake. So that came with the royalty mod. I did put that mod and the regency mod back into my game. Usually I only have them in my game for the Bridgehampton challenge, but because I wanted to use like the execution and stuff, I put it in here. I mean, it's not like it's detrimental to the way I'm playing this save. So anyway, also I got the preteen mod from Mitsomnia. Thank you for helping me find that. You have to check out her channel. Her Sims are so much fun, and she is also doing the Ultimate Decades Challenge, so you should totally check that out. But obviously that's not quite relevant right now because we're going to say Emmeline passed that stage currently. But I put it in so that in the future we don't have these accidents happening before the Sims are, you know, of age. So anyway, I was waiting and waiting and waiting while I was doing the portrait and all of that stuff. But it just took too long. Like they weren't dying. Grimm was doing nothing. Nothing was happening. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and give Isabel the picture. Sorry, I have an Isabel and an Annabelle in the same household, don't I? Oh, that's confusing. Okay, so we're going to give Isabel the picture so that she can put it up in the church. And then we are going to... we're going to have to go back to their household to get the graves because I reset the Sims. But because you can reset them while they're dying and their grave will automatically go to your household inventory. But since we're not in our household, we cannot, like at our home lot, we can't get that. So we'll have to go home and get the graves and then come back and put them down. So that's kind of annoying, but I am going to update Sarah's little thing here. Honestly, I have a lot of descriptions to update in the family tree. I really should do that. So we're going to have to get that going. But I'll do that later. And we are now home, so I'm just going to quickly, like I said, get the graves. And then we'll head back to the church really quickly. So annoying sometimes, this game, but it's okay. So let's just switch back. And, you know, it's okay because during the loading screens, I am doing this stuff where I am getting them their new pictures of their, their black and white pictures since they have become deceased. And then we will update them here. I'm just going to remove Sarah from the list here, and we're going to remove a couple of things here. Vlad is eligible for remarriage. Will he do it? Who knows? But we'll come back to that in a later date. We're kind of done playing with vampires for right now. I mean, there is definitely going to be some, you know, they're in the world. They're going to come up again, but the main storylines with vampires is complete for now. Anyway, so we are here with getting their graves put down. Let's just put hers down over here. Oh, both of them gone too soon. A lovely young couple and never had any kids that survived birth. Very sad. Very, very sad. So here we are, just going to update Sarah, and we are good. So let's go back to our household because I was kind of worried since this was taking so long that Emmeline was going to pop while we were gone. But luckily she hasn't had the baby yet. She is almost due. She's in her 3rd trimester. We are definitely having the baby today. So we'll do that. Also, I need a picture of Gilbert for the family tree. So let's get him there really quickly. I love this new CC for rich people. It's very nice. But let's head over here. And oh my gosh, the Trimboli's have so many kids. They have so many kids. Okay. So we are now headed to our house for the next leg of this video, where we have Emmeline and Millicent, and do not freeze to death, I swear, and Charles and the puppies. So we are here with all of that. Emmeline again is ready to have this baby very shortly. She is not so excited about it. She's kind of mad. She's been cooped up in the house for a little while because Millicent has made sure that she can, you know, stay hidden so that no one knows that she's pregnant. Also, luckily, the timing worked out that since Gilbert was getting married, all the servants kind of got a holiday because of that. So luckily, she's not really missed that much at work. I think she probably took like a little bit of time off, but not that much that anybody would notice there being a problem. So she's in the clear so far, but the question is, how are they going to explain this baby? So she's just talking to Millicent, and Millicent is like, look, I will help you out. I want you to have a good start in life. You're my child. I've taken care of you since you were a baby, and I want you to have the best. And I know that this was just a mistake, and you didn't know any better, and you really deserve to not have this destroy your life. So that's what's going on there. And we are going to check this out here. Very nice. And she is just going to cross stitch for fun. We are almost done with Charles's aspiration as well. So he just needs to write another song. I think maybe another 2 songs. Not really 100% sure, but write songs. And then we actually are going to be able to just only mentor for 3 hours because he's already reached level 10 and all that stuff. So he is really good to complete this aspiration. And then we have sweet Emmeline has gone into labor. So let's have this baby. Please don't die. Please don't die. Please don't die. I don't know what I'm going to do if she dies right now. I do not know. Okay, so it's a girl. Emmeline survives. The baby survives. Honestly, it might have been better for her if the baby hadn't survived. Then no one would ever know. There'd be no evidence. But the baby did survive. And actually, she is going to name the baby Milla after her basically her mother, Millicent. So she's naming the little girl Milla, and she does not know what to do, but Millicent said she would handle it. So she's trusting that her, mother will handle it. I mean, she's only like 14 or something, so it's really not good. Okay, so we have that song, and then we need one more, so that'll be good. And you use the bathroom. Everybody's got to get their stuff together. And yes, so Millicent is now home from work, and so she is going to enact her plan here. So she's going to call Zwan over because he is the father, and he wants to be involved in the baby's life. He was like very adamant when Emmeline was like, you don't have to do anything. Like, I can handle it. He was very much like, I want to be the father to this baby. It's my baby. He's an orphan, so he just like cannot imagine, abandoning his own child. So he is going to have a chat with them because he's like, Emmeline, we can get married. This baby can be legit. And she's like, nah, I don't want to marry you. I don't want to marry a poor orphan boy. But Millicent is like, look, I want this baby to stay in the family. Obviously, you should be the father to it. So they're going to have this conversation where she basically says, look, I know that I'm an older widow, but I have a lot of money, and you could really benefit from that as a single dad. So why don't we have an arrangement where we get married and take care of the baby? And so that's what's happening right now is Millicent is going to adopt the baby, but obviously it would ruin Millicent's reputation if she wasn't married. So her and Zwan are going to get married and raise the child together. And Millicent is basically like, this is me going off and restarting my life. I think that, obviously it's hard because Millicent has given up so much to not only raise her own child, to raise her sister's child, and all of that stuff. So she has been through a lot, and it really seems like she's sacrificed a lot. And I don't want to downplay that by having her sacrifice more, but I think that the, silver lining of this situation for Millicent is one, that I get to get rid of the dogs. No, I'm kidding. I mean, I am, but anyway, I think that Millicent really kind of looks back on her life and sees that while she's happy that her son and Emmeline grew up well, she kind of sees a life where she was always kind of trapped in this vampire situation. She was always afraid for her life. She never felt like a normal wife, a normal person. And so this is definitely a good chance for her to kind of live a quote unquote normal life as a woman in this time. So even though she's a little bit older when she gets started with it, she is, going to take this baby on as her own. The baby will never know that Millicent is not its mother. And they are just going to, leave, and she's going to start over. And yes, I do think that Millicent has had to give up too much in her life, and she's giving up even more for Emmeline. And but she doesn't really see that as much of a hardship because she doesn't want Emmeline's life to be ruined after she did so much to make her life good. So that is what's going on there. Whether or not it's fair, probably not. But that's where we're at. So now Millicent, Zwan, Milla, and the 3 dogs are moving out of our house. And they are actually, like I said, she's got some money because she's a Vitor, and she, it all went pretty well for her. So they're going to live in a nice house. And they are going to head out. So I'm just going to get all these dogs out of my house. But okay, so that's where we're at. And what are we doing next? We are just having him, again, complete his aspiration. She has to go on 2 dates. It's the middle of the night, so we're not going to do that right now. But we'll have her go on her 2nd date today. I think we're going to have her stay away from Zwan now because obviously she doesn't want to mess with Millicent's marriage, even if it is an arrangement. So there's that. So we're going to just check on the garden, check on the bees, and get attacked by bees. And then he just needs to mentor someone for 3 hours. So we're going to have her pick up the violin and be really terrible at it, obviously, because she's never played a musical instrument in her life. So there's that. And he is going to mentor her for 3 hours, and then we're going to head over to, work, where she is going to go to the main noble household, and she is going to, clean, be a servant, whatever, but really just like kind of flirt with flirt with Gilbert, despite the fact that he just got married. So there's that. But anyway, here we go. Aspiration achieved. Excellent. Okay, so now we're going to have her head out, and we are going to go here, and we are going to have to try to avoid his wife finding out. I mean, not that, she would just have to accept it anyway, but oh, hey, Isabel. Isabel and Emmeline are kind of friends too, so that's nice. That's how she got this job. But we're going to go in. He's not even home. Come on, dude. Okay, so she is going to say hello to the lady of the house. Hello, Lady Isabel. And we are going to just come over here and start scrubbing the floor. Very nice. Can't really get a good picture of that, but that's okay. And we'll try and make sure he comes over here. Come on. Okay, so Gilbert is now home, I don't know, from his honeymoon or whatever. Oh, and there's his wife right there talking to Emmeline. Awkward. Okay, bye. Maybe Annabelle is like introducing herself to all the servants, like, I'm going to be lady of the house and you're going to be working under me. So anyway, we are going to, call this a date, even though it's kind of not really. It's not like they're going anywhere for a date, but these two are going to be on a date, and we're going to, flirt and all that stuff, and be like, Emmeline is basically going to be like, I hope that, you being married isn't going to affect our relationship. And he's like, oh, no, don't worry about it. I'm going to be the Lord. I can do whatever I want. And, I'll take good care of you. And he's going to give her money and stuff, and it'll be nice for her. Okay, hey, Isabel, can you not be right here? Oh, look, she's got a little crush on him. Oh, maybe you should kill his wife and try to marry him. No, that wouldn't work. But anyway, so they are just going to finish their date activities there, and then she's going to come upstairs and pretend to work some more. So this is her second date. It's getting late already, so I think we'll probably just have her head home soon. So yeah, she's got a little crush on him. She is very happy that he is taking good care of her. So there's that. So let's just all have a quick chat, but we're going to head home. And yeah. Okay, so she needs to have 3 first kisses. She's only had 2, and then she needs to get to charisma level 4. Ooh, she likes deceit. Of course she does. So she's going to head home, and then we'll go see Charles again. Charles is actually getting married next year, so don't worry. He's not just going to be sitting around doing nothing. He is going to go off and have his own life while Emmeline, does whatever disaster she is. So there's that. Yes, so here we are. We're just going to have her practice her charisma a bit. We're going to get ready for bed. It is definitely getting late for everyone, and they want to make sure that everything is good. Obviously Charles had to stay. Millicent was kind of like, can you at least stay with her until you get married? Maybe even until she gets married. I don't know. We don't know. Maybe. What will I do with Charles? I don't know yet, but I don't know if he's going to move out next year or if we're going to have him stick around to kind of be her chaperone. So we'll see about that. But in the meantime, again, we're going to take care of the house, and it is actually Saturday, so this is the last day of the year, but I figured we would introduce a little bit of a different romance because we need 3 first kisses, and she's already pretty close with Isabel, so maybe a little bit of a lady love here. So I am just going to have them kind of sneak around the back here so that they're not like in public flirting with each other. But yeah, so she ran into Isabel in town today, and they just kind of are a little, flirty, flirt, but not like, not anything scandalous. Just, maybe people would be like, "Ooh, what are you doing? What are you saying?" But anyway, Isabel's husband just rocked up, so awkward. But so we're gonna just that's going to be the end of that for today, but we can work on it next time. So I hope that you enjoyed this part. I had a lot of fun with the stories. A lot happened with Regina and that with Millicent. So I hope that you're excited for the disaster that is Emmeline. So I will catch you in the next year.